Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tracy. Friends call me T. My channel is Not Afraid of Color. So if you're looking for junk journaling and all things stuff journal on Friday mornings, you're in the right place. So I did want to share with you my latest little journal that I just kind of threw together. I was on a live with making cards with friends, and it was a mixed media. And I did this paper trying to mimic this batik fabric with, what I had. And I decided, well, I needed to do something with that because it was just sitting on my desk. So I made this little journal. Let's see, which way do I have this going? So see, it kind of matches up, kind of sorta. Hi, Paula. And so I made it out of paper bags and just basically threw stuff together. I love this little corn button, so I added it there. I don't know. I couldn't help myself. And then I've got this little page. This is some of my monster paper technique that you'll find, oh, years ago. And then this is just a little vellum envelope that I guess I made. I must have made this. It's not vellum, it's tissue paper. And yeah, I did make it. And then it's just got a couple little goodies inside. And I got all kinds of stuff out here. And then I just glued this little thing onto a paper clip. And it's just a little something I cut out of a piece of paper, and then I used my what's that stuff called? That resin stuff to make it look, shiny. And then I've got this little thing that somebody sent me. I remember when I made these. And then I've got this is Bitty Penny's paper, and I made just this little belly band here. And I was using scraps from my desk. Um, and so I've got this little booklet, and it just goes inside this belly band, but I also have just a paper clip here to secure it. And then because my friend Dawn made this and sent it to me, and so it's kind of a plain page, but it's just got this little thing so I can stuff anything in there that I want. And as a matter of fact, oh, thank you, Paula. I got this from Elizabeth, and I already know what it is, and it's going in this journal. She made it into a card, but I'm going to unmake it. But it's this beautiful little black and white painting that she did, and I absolutely love this. It's so pretty. So that's going in this journal. And look at this cool stamp. It's like holographic. That's going in too. Then we've got the little, these are some old printables that I bought years ago. And I just love the little circus things. If they're antique-y. And then just a little page. And this here is some paper that Kristen sent me, Kemato, that she had done after or maybe before watching one of my videos for, jelly printing. A little page here with just some little stuffs tucked in. Here's one of the little enamel pin things that I made, or just like enamel squares I made with the Tim Holtz papers. And then, of course, you can put stuff inside of some of these, not this one, obviously. And then got a little pocket here with little, just me messing around with scraps. Another bitty penny paper. This paper here is our the not Graphics 45. Oh, come on, you guys know. Art House Whimsy did it with them anyway. And then this was one of the little pockets that I made with this paper here. I glued it onto, a little index card, and then I've just got little stuff inside of here. This little paint chip. Good morning, Maddie. And I love this little bear. And then there's a hidden paper clip here. It's on both sides. And then I've got just stuff tucked into it. And then I've got one of my fortune teller fish tucked in here. So if you've never seen these, I've got several of them. I got one time from somebody in a package of something that I bought, and I just love them. And it says, place the fish in palm of hand. The movements will indicate your fortune. Keep fish in this envelope when not in use. So the fish, does stuff. I just think they're fun. You guys know how I feel about fish. So, and on the back of the page, and it'll come out, it tells you what each movement that the fish makes means. Doesn't really mean anything. It just means the temperature of your skin, but it's still fun. Get yourself back in there, little fish. Get in there. One of my little cats and little art house whimsy stuff. Let's see here. I've got a little butterfly that's a tuck. And that's another hidden paper clip. Oh, that's a hidden paper clip. Okay. And here's another hidden paper clip. It's got a little pocket. And then this is another one of the ones you guys seen me make with the paint chips. And then there's a bag here that's pockets. We got more bitty penny paper. And that's the other part of the hidden paper clip. And then I've got a couple of tags tucked into there. This I just put together on a whim. I just felt like it. I don't know. And then I've got just like a little kind of just tuck spot a pocket here with a couple of tags that I made. Actually, I didn't make this tag. My friend Dawn did. And then trying to use up stuff that people send me. Got another one of these pockets here, and inside is just a little, is this open? No, it's just a little nothing, just a little collage of all the scraps that were on my desk. So that's what I do. To clean up, I try and use up a bunch of the little teeny tiny scraps. And then the back page has a lift up because this was actually a card that I made. And then it's got a pocket here with just a pocket, another, little envelope pocket and a little whatever. Okay, get back in there. See if I can slide this in without breaking the whole doggone thing. There we go. And that's it. And so this is just a little plastic button that I bought some time ago. I bought a bunch of them. And then another button sewed onto it. And there's that little junk journal. Dawn's doing good. I haven't talked to her in a week or so. So, or maybe a couple of weeks. She was having her daughter visit. So I wanted to show you a couple things that I do here. And one of the things is I coffee dye or tea dye papers, and this I'm doing small ones. And all this is in here is coffee, and I also use my walnut crystals. And I'll let this sit for about 24 hours. And in here I've got paper, I've got coffee filters, I've got little those index cards, I've got some sorry, and so this is just going to sit, I don't know, till later or till tomorrow. And then I'll dry it either laying across something or hanging outside. And this is just a little box from Dollar Tree. So I do that. And for my large papers, I use a big lasagna dish and do the same thing. Only it doesn't have a cover on it. So there's that. Let me just move that aside. And then wanted to show you, I made a jig here for poking holes in my signatures. And so what it is it's a book cover. And I've taken and decorated it just because I wanted to. And this is very crooked and very sloppy, but I was just inventing on the go. And it's basically a box that I had, and I cut a bunch of pieces the same, well, basically the same. Here, let me get that. I think there's 6 pieces per side, and then just cut the triangles in there so that I could have my book. And I think in hindsight, the next time I do one, I think I want a bigger angle. but I just used an angle ruler to get my angle. And then I taped this all on, this book cover on, and I just covered it with tape because it was blue and it wasn't the right blue. And then I made a little template, which is just acetate. And these holes in here don't really mean much because once you lay your paper in there, let's grab one. Once you lay your paper in there, you won't see those. But I did make a little stop at the bottom so that once you hit there, you're at the bottom. And then I can take this, poke this in here, and tuck it in tight with this little stop at the bottom. And then just clip my papers down. And I won't be doing holes in my signatures today. I don't think I'll have time. And then I can poke. So I just want to get these so they clip all the way down. And you can get bigger ones or use giant paper clips or whatever. Because this wasn't quite long enough because this is 9 inches and this is only 8.5. So then I can just take and poke my holes. Where's my pokey tool? And let's just say I want, and I sewed a little ruler on here. Let's just say I want 5 holes. So I'm going to start about 1 inch in on each side. So each one of my little holes is 1/2 inch. And I'll just poke my hole and then go 1 inch in, poke my little hole. And then I've got, if I want the center, there's not really a center in this case. So I can just choose one of these. So the center of this would be 4.5, but this is longer. No, this isn't longer, it's the same. So here's the center right here. And there I have my holes for my signatures, and they'll be the same every time because of this stop. Just unclip those, take those out, and they're nice and in the crease. So I've been seeing a lot of these, they're wooden that you can do, but I don't, I just simply don't have the money to buy something like that. So I just made something. That's kind of my MO. If I need something bad enough, I'll find a way to make it or find a way to get Mike to make it. So that's what I did with that. Oops, you're still wet, aren't you? Dang it, Bobby. And I have some long paper clips I can use here too. And I also have some bigger ones of these. But there's that. And it doesn't fold up or anything, so I just have to keep it, somewhere. And for right now, it's going to go down there. And then here, in this thing here, I have paper clips and safety pins. And it's vinegar and salt in here. This is going to soak 24 hours. And then tomorrow morning, I'll dump off the vinegar. Or I won't dump off the vinegar. I'll pour in hydrogen peroxide, and it will rust all these things. We'll let them sit for another 24 hours. And then once they're rusted, I'll pull them out and I'll save that rusty water. So that's another thing that I do. And then I prep if I want metal pieces, and I do in this one because I want it to be really grungy. This is just aluminum foil, and it is glued to black paper on both sides, and then I've taken alcohol ink and just smushed it down on here. And these are like caramel and coffee colors, and then this one is mushroom and black and a little bit of oregano, so that you get these little metallic pieces. So I pre-stamped. I just took this stamp right here and laid it down, and then pre-stamped all of these, and then glue them down. You get little metallic pieces that you can poke a hole in, put a little thingy in there and hang them, or just glue them on as part of a cluster. So that's another thing that I do for preps. And not to mention, all the pockets and things, but typically I won't do the pockets until I have my signatures together, because I, then know what kind of color scheme I want. So this is going to be highly neutral, except it will have little pops of color. And then lastly, uh-oh, where'd it go? I'm always losing things. I made some snippet rolls with scraps from my desk. And I want you to see this one because I think it's super cool. What I did to get embossed like that, I'll show you. And do this at your own risk. I took my razor and found the center and I just cut a hole. So there's still plenty to hang on here, but it may come apart, and then in that case you'd have to tape it back together. But I wanted to get a continuous pattern, and I couldn't really, because if you were trying to do that, you'd have to go in this way and try and fit this whole thing in your machine, and that's not happening. But lengthwise, see, it fits perfectly in here. And I just emboss and then scooch it in some more. And it's harder to put scooch in now because I sewed it. Just scooch it in some more, run it through again, scooch it in some more. I never finished my Disney journal. I don't even know where I put it. Isn't that bad? That is so bad. That's kind of how much I wasn't loving it. So, did this snippet roll, and I did both sides. So it's very heavy because it's got, and these circles are just circles I cut out from a magazine, and I had painted some of them, or not a magazine, a catalog. It was a Fire Mountain Gems catalog, and I still have a bunch of those circles. And then I did this one, which is most likely the one I'm going to be using in this journal. And again, it's just scraps from my desk. And anything that was beside me or on the floor. So everything on the floor is fair game. And then the last one was the first one I did, and it's got some pops of color, and I'll probably use that in the journal. But you can see there's garbage in here. Garbage. So, but those are so much fun, especially when you challenge yourself and you say, I cannot grab anything from any of my boxes or anything like that. So today we're preparing, just getting signatures ready. And for this journal, I'm going to do 4 signatures, and I'm going to do 7 pages per signature. So I took out a bunch of neutral papers, envelopes and things like that. And some of them I'm going to have to prep. Some of these are pre-printed. Some of them are wrapping paper, just miscellaneous. So the one thing I want is everything needs to be the right size, right? I can't have something too tall. So I'm going to have to do some cutting. And I'm going to cut with this thing. I need a new one of these. And friends, I have one somewhere. I just, you know me. Oh, and then I bought this. I go to the Sally Army all the time looking for treasures. And I bought this 45 record. And I cut it in half. And I thought these would make some fun pockets inside of a journal. But I had to cut it in half because it's too big width-wise, 6 inches, and my journal is only 5, usually 5. So I cut it in half. And your mama don't dance, and your daddy don't rock and roll. Anyway, that's just more prep stuff. So I might do a piece of felt in there, so I'm going to go ahead and trim the felt. And I don't know how that's going to trim in here, but I need to trim it to, I'm going to do 10. So that's going to be width by 8. So it's going to be a 5 by 8 journal. So I need to get this down to 10. And let's unbury 10 there. I have no idea if this is going to cut or not, but I can't cut straight with scissors to save my life. Yeah, it cuts. It mushed up a little, but that's okay. Well, No. Okay. Ooh, actually, I like that. I like that fuzzy edge. And then we're going to go 8. We can go a little under. Doesn't matter. Probably my rotary cutter would cut this, but I'm not going to dig that out too. I don't have to dig it out. All I need to do is reach under me, but you know what I mean. I'm going to lift this here so it doesn't. And so on the felt piece, I'll probably do stitching, stitch things onto it. Just was curious. And I played around yesterday because I follow this lady called Take It Easy Studio, and she does this stuff on velvet. I don't have any velvet, so I was testing it out on felt because that's what I have. And you basically just ink up your stamp, and it's best to use red rubber. Ink it up with an archival ink. Lay this on, spray it down with water, and then iron it. Oh, look at my hands in this. Ugh, that's terrible. It's just the color in the background makes my hands look like. Well, they are a little bit dirty because I've been messing around, but anyway, that was kind of fun. This one, you can hardly see the pattern because it's such a tight pattern. Anyway, back to business here, and I'll save these as scraps. I'm not putting them on my desk though. I have a little box down here at my feet that I'm throwing scraps in. There's one, and then this one is heavily coffee dyed. So again, I want to do 10. That's 2 pages. I can do them both at the same time. Sometimes I want them to go in the right direction. So I'm just going to do 8 on this. Scraps. And then, because they don't all have to be, you know, perfectly the right side. So we'll do 2. Let's do just a plain piece of coffee dyed paper. And I could tear these with a tear ruler too, but I'm horrible at the small areas. Go 8. 3. Let me get these all going the right direction. This is a favorite candy, which Walmart quit carrying, and it broke my heart because I've tried many other sea salt and caramel, and this is the only one I really like. This would make a cute, even just little travel journal. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Let me trim this down this way. We'll get it pretty close to 8. Get in there. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Stop being so picky. Oh, that was not thinking. I was not thinking when I did that, did I? Right? Okay. All right. That can be saved for something else. Let's trim one of these off. These are Art House Whimsy. Now on these, I'm going to have to do something with the back because I don't want solid white. So I took out an old book that I've been using, and I think I'm going to cover the back side with a little kind of collage of book papers. Let's make that a little bit 10. And then flip it around because I left some white space there. Save that. My printer doesn't always print them straight. Let's see if this is 8. Let's come down a little bit. So I'm going to stop what I'm doing and treat the back side of this because I want all the pages ready to go. Move that out of the way. And I'm going to grab my little messy things here. And I've got this is my Backpacker's Bible that I like to use. It tears super easy. I'm not doing teeny tiny pieces. I'm just doing you see that tear? Isn't that beautiful paper? I love it too. Okay, I'll just stick those on and then trim it off and it'll be ready to go. Because I can't really like use a wet medium under here because it's printed on an inkjet printer and I don't want to wreck that beautiful printing. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and edge this. I'm going to edge it with the pine cone. And this is how my hands get so dirty, friends. Because this stays wet a little bit and I touch it. There. Okay. So where is my glue stick? My glue stick isn't so super wet, so I like to use it. It's still wet. Don't get me wrong. Last night, if you're watching Elizabeth, or was it last night or the night before, these things tend to come apart. And so I just, every once in a while, I'm over here off to the side, just banging the side making sure that these little things are down inside, because the more you use it, the more it comes loose, because this is flexible. I guess that's why. I don't really know. Okay, and I wanted to do this one. So these pages will be extra thick, which is great because that will, prep them to hold, heavy things like pop outs and stuff like that. And that piece that's folded over, I'm just going to tear it off. But this paper is pretty thin. But I won't want to fold it until it's completely dry. And that's going to be, this stuff actually takes a good, it's, dry to the touch, but it takes a good 24 hours to really dry. I think I want that one upside down. Or maybe I want that black piece on there. No, I want the rippy part. Okay. And this doesn't take long to do if you use big book pages. I think I'll put this down here. See, you're allowed to change your mind too. Okay. And you could edge these if you wanted to as well, but I don't want to. Don't need to. They're really, really delicate, so if I were to edge it, it would tear. That's exactly why I like using this. This book's from the 70s. It's really a hippie book. I wish I had more. Another thing I picked up probably at Sally Army. I don't know. Hard to say. See, they don't have cell phones. They use citizens band radios. And this helps flatten out and squish out that glue. So I only need this much. Oops. Try to get that up there in that corner. There's a little bit of white space right here. A little scrap over here. Right there. So once that's dry, I will cut off the excess. I don't want to mess with it. Hey, Chow. Until it's completely dry. So I'll just put it in my pile, but I'm going to put it this way so that I don't get glue. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. I think I missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I had something small in there. 5. Move you out of the way. Okay. Yeah. I need this thing back out. You see, you need a lot. You need a bigger desk. So 8. And this, I'll probably do something with. I don't know. There's 6. One more page for that signature. And I have these that I printed on tissue paper. Won't be a lot you can do with them because they're so flimsy, so I might use those to back some of these others. Let's see, what else do I have? Let's do 7. Eight, 10, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one group for a signature. And I'm just going to set them aside. I'm running out of aside places to set things. Oh, yeah, don't let Sin annoy you today, Chow. Don't let him do it. Don't let him take away your peace. Okay, there's 1. Let's do another one of these. Hey, guys. Okay. Move that because I've got to get that. One of these tissues on this. In the back. I just have to decide how I want to do it. I imagine I could use a little Mod Podge. Won't that look cool? Yeah, I think I'm going to go in with Mod Podge. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and get my other messy. Hi, Vicky. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm crafting right along with you, Gaz. Okay. magnets on here. Oops, do not. Oh, you little turd. Okay, let's try this one. It's under here. I want this nice and flat. Okay. Oh, you know what? In fact, I think I'll use matte medium instead. You guys, I got 50 some of these cups from Mike's Roadside Garbage Finds. They were like somebody ordered a bunch of them from Dollar Tree, and then she had to move out of her house. She lives down the street, and that she got rid of so much stuff. I got so much stuff that I don't freaking need. Um, but you know, free is free. You can't help it. I'm going fairly thin with this, so I'm gonna have to work quickly. It's a little at a time. Oh, I got that over a little bit too much. Take it off. Do over. I can't. I'm, you know, picky. Okay, pay better attention. There we go. The rest will go down easy. Just trying not to do it too thick, and I'm going to do this side too. So that if I want to paint on here or something, I can. Or ink or whatever. Just wipe that down real quick. Make sure I didn't destroy anything on this side. And then I'll come over it with my brayer. And if anything pops up later, I'll just glue it back down. No biggie. You know what I kind of want to do? Kind of want to watch this. Let's go with antique linen. I'm just going to add a drop. Bye, Chow. Yes, definitely free is favorite. I'm just going to add a drop of antique linen in there. Stir it around. I don't want a bunch. I just want a little bit of tint. So that, remember, this is printed on inkjet, so it will, you know, the wetter you get it, the more you're going to have that ink kind of bleed. So ideally you would spray this, but I can't be asked to go outside. It's too freaking humid in Alabama for. Okay. Now that that's wet, I'm going to set it completely aside, but I got too much glare for you to see. Why is all that glare? Bring it up closer, maybe. No. See, I ended up scraping away a lot of the flowers, but that's okay. So this has both sides done, and I'm going to set it Not on top of my sewing machine. And I'll probably sew around the edges and I'll sew around a lot of those, but when I'm sewing, I'm not doing it on camera. Okay, so what I forgot was I forgot to bring in some water. I don't want my brush getting funkadelic. I don't care about the little cut, but let me just go grab my water. I have water, I just don't have that. This container's not deep enough to saturate the brush. And I have left glue in them and you can get it out, but it's a hassle. So I'll be right back. Okay. There's that's done. Now, I got this for $5. It's a huge roll and it's a plasticky wallpaper. So I think I want one of my signature pages made out of that. I'm gonna have to manually cut that though, because it's obviously quite long. So I'll just cut a piece off. It's got a lovely texture. And now I can use my trimmer to trim off my 10 inches. Where'd I put the trimmer? Right here. Cat's mad at me. She wants more food than I'm willing to give her. Pull that out. Let's see, if I do 10 this way, I have to think about which way I want this paper going. I think I'm going to go 8 this way. No. Okay, fold it in half. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go 8 this way. And go 10 this way. So this is paper material, and this is kind of a plastic. And what I want to do with this is I don't know if I'll enhance it or not. I think I won't. But I could easily brayer over like paint or glue or something like that over this texture. So that's 3. Okay. We'll do a plain piece. I don't need this right now. Out of my way. Out of my way. I can have plenty of torn stuff in here, so I'm not really 10. So that's 4. Let me put the little smallest piece on top so I can count them. Let's do basic page. Oh, you know what? Let's do this page. That's 5, so that's going to get folded like so. The only problem with that is depending on how close I get, and I think I want it to go this way. Okay, I'm not going to count that as a signature. Oh, we'll do doily. That's 5. And those are coffee dyed. save this something. Boy, how did that get so crooked? It must be built crooked. That'll be something hidden. 6. Talk to you later, Chow. I like this messed up page. This was a legal pad, I think. Okay, that's 7. Double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the one that's drying makes 7. Missy, what do you think you're doing? I got a nosy cat around here. Nosy, nosy. Okay, that's the second set. So 2 more sets of 7. And that'll be the signatures, and that'll be it for today. I'll probably do some sewing on them. You know, over the week. This is a it's not really neutral, but it's a gel print that I lifted. I think I'll skip that for now and do a music page. I cut that in half first. I'm gonna do 8 and then just fold that in half. There's 1. I like them to go the right direction. I don't know. I'm just weird that way. We'll do, let's see here. If I do this one, this is some wrapping paper. I need to back it. This is probably already cut to size. No, not quite. All right, let's back that. And I actually have something I want to back it with. Some paper that my friend Michelle sent me that Scott got while he was in, I think, China. And I've already cut this close to size. It's a little bit small. So no, I think I'll leave that alone as a signature of its own, of a page of its own. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I need to do something with the back of this. I think I'll cover it again with papers. Look at this. I love this. I'll probably use that and use the words. So let's get back out my camper book. That out of the way and get my icky sticky page. One. Needs a bigger one. Where did I put it? Oh, it's on the floor. Of course it's on the floor. Why wouldn't it be? Starting to get stuff piled up here. No bueno. Okay. That. I get glue on it or paint or anything else. And just start preparing. just to reinforce this page this way. See better what I'm doing. Okay, where's my glue stick? I know it's buried here somewhere. Huh. I have buried it forever. Oh, here it is. Yeah. No. Because this is wrapping paper, it's super, super thin. Plus that, again, I didn't want any white. Got a little bit of blue on there, didn't matter. Just boogers. They're right, though. Camping is the economy vacation because you got to buy groceries anyway. So basically, you're paying for gas and, your food. And you are having fun, adventures. I used to go to Yosemite all the time when I was a kid because I lived real close to it. My grandma had a trailer, though. We didn't tent camp. We wanted to. Me and my cousins wanted to, but grandma was not having anything to do with that tent camping stuff. But she, by herself in her 50s and 60s, would pack up that camper and haul all us kids, all her grandkids, to Yosemite or sometimes Morro Bay, sometimes Pinecrest or Tahoe or Russian River. And we would spend a couple of weeks out there camping with her. And we were horrible. Just so you know. Okay, that's fine. My cousins and I would fight. I'm sure most of you can relate to that. Fighting with your cousins or siblings if you had those. I didn't have those, so I would fight my cousins. At a white spot. Okay, honey. See ya. Mike Dingus. That's my other half. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, actually, I can be picky about it, right? Oh, look, a wolf. Oh, I want that. Okay. Or a coyote, or maybe it's just a dog. I was talking with a friend of mine. I've been friends with her. I'll be 66. She just turned 66. So we are a month apart in age. And we've been friends since I think the third grade. And we were talking about a camping trip that, because my stepdad was a logger. And there was a big fire in the Yosemite Cherry Lake area. And the loggers, basically had to live out there in the dirt. Oh, it was awful. But riding in the back of my mom's ranchero with the dog, and we thought it'd be a good idea to feed that dog some SpaghettiOs. Yeah, and until you've had a dog throw up SpaghettiOs on you. Yeah, no. Okay. Anyway, memories. It's fun because she's about the only friend that I've been friends with for all these years. We don't, we lose touch with each other, but it's not like we're not. How do I want this to go? Oh, I guess I'm going to end up covering up. That's fine. Just get over it and lay it down. Getting hungry for breakfast. Oh no, I missed a corner right there. Dang it, Bobby. Oh, I got scraps. That's what scraps are for. There we go. Okay, bye. Yeah, that Cherry Lake burn was something else. Lots and lots of logging went on after that. So there I've got that one. So I have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Um, do this one, which is printed dictionary page that I printed on coffee dyed paper. Move things. Don't let them push you around. I'll lose part of my words there, but it is what it is. 4, do 5, 3, 4, 5. Do I have a plain page in there? I don't. Oh, you guys, I have had a headache for weeks. It's just getting annoying as heck. I think I need a neck adjustment. 6. We'll do another doily. Nice dark one. 7. Okay, that's number 3. Signature number 3. And one more. Okay, there's 1, 2. This is avocado dyed. Dawn sent, I think Dawn sent me this. Sure, that's 8. It's probably 8.5. And then it's already folded. We'll go to 5. And look at all the fun scraps I have to clean up with. 2. I don't know. I didn't really need to cut that off. 3. We'll do another one of these pretty pages. Look at this page, isn't it beautiful? I wonder. See, gorgeous. I think I'm going to do this one. I don't think I want to cover that in any way. Mike and I both grew up in the same city. Okay, I think I'm going to do another tissue on the back of this, but I think on that tissue, I'm going to only do one side, so I don't wreck the design on the tissue. So I'm going to do that with glue stick. Just remind me to wipe this up when I'm done. There's so much glare that, let me turn off one of these lights. Let's see if that helps. Not that one. Not this one. Let's try this guy up here. Not really. Doesn't hurt either, so. There. You can see the color. And I did get it a little crooked, but it'll be okay. It'll be fine. You got a big old glob of it right there. Just wipe it off right there like a booger. The thing with these particular glue sticks is they stick pretty quickly, so you got to be fast with them. Okay. Up under here. Lift this up. Yeah, see, it's wanting to lift off. There we go. The thing about this particular paper, this is the Epson printer paper that I like to use, is it likes to stick to my mat. Luckily, it doesn't pull anything up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a plain one. We'll do this one. This, I coffee dyed, but I think I added baking soda, or I might have added vinegar. I can't remember which, but it pulled up and made this really cool texture on the paper. I don't know how it did that, but it had to have been, I'll have to try. In that one that you saw that I showed you at the beginning of the video, I had done, I put some vinegar in there. Some vinegar and salt. Just to experiment. But I didn't tell you because I don't know if it's going to work. Now I'm going to cheat here and just fold this in half so I don't have to mess around. do this side first. So I go 5, 8. I lost count of pages. Hi, Melanie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Do this one. I'm just going to leave this one alone exactly like it is. We'll play with the hole later. 6. Here we go. I have one already done. 7. So this was one I did with some Tim Holtz paper. So that's 7. So that's all of that's the 4 7-page signatures. We'll go through them real quick and then we'll be done for the day. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh, what dropped? It dropped face up. How funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This one's still drying, so it's got to stay over there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's all the signatures. So over the next week, I'll probably be doing a lot of stitching on these and trimming off and any kind of paint or edging that I want to do before next week when we come through and we poke the holes and sew them together. So thanks you guys for coming along on the journey, and I've got all this leftover paper that I have to put away now. I don't want to do any more than that though, because by the time I get stuff in here and these folded in half, it's going to be a chunky one, and I do like them chunky. So like me, look at this. Won't this be a fun pocket? Let's see. We fold this in half. It won't be a good pocket on there unless I reinforce the back side because it's heavy. I think that'll be a super fun pocket on there. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I know a lot of you will be gone next week in Kansas City, and I hope you have a really great time. I'm sad, I'm jealous, but I'm happy for you. And yeah, I did, Melanie. I made something with it last night. Let me show you. Oh shoot, where did I put it? Must be over here. Yeah. What do you think? I ended up putting more branches on my palm tree because that was like a homemade palm tree. So thank you so much. Yes, I did get it, and I was excited. I had it last week, and I was going to do this last week, but I was so busy I didn't have time to get on. So I did it last night on my live. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. And actually, a friend of mine who's going to the Craft Roulette Live, her table group is flamingos. So, and I told lots of fun facts about flamingos on last night's live. So if you missed it, go catch a replay. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and all the YouTubey goodies. Thanks so much for hanging out and see you guys around the rooms. Bye bye. Oh my God, look at my hands. I think I'll go wash my hands and make breakfast. Take care.